Hello, my name is Melanie Wesley, and welcome to the Salon Social Podcast. This is the Client's Corner. In this series, we dive deep into the candid conversations with clients to empower beauty professionals to elevate their services and create unforgettable client experiences. In the beauty industry, a customer's perception is our reality, and who better to share their insights than the clients themselves? Our mission here is to shine a light on what clients truly value, equipping you with the knowledge to enhance your offerings and positively impact your bottom line. Together, we'll help beauty professionals unlock their full potential, one transformative experience at a time. Get ready to listen, learn, and elevate your craft. Thank you for lending me your ear. Until next time, be good, be true, be you. Hi, my name is Melanie Wesley, and welcome to the Salon Social Podcast. I am your salon experience consultant, and as promised, we are interviewing clients so that we can get a holistic understanding of what it is that clients need when paying for a service and get their honest stories about their experiences in the salon industry. So today we are joined by Heather. Heather, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. I really appreciate you carving out some time today for me for this quick conversation. I really just kind of felt like when I had the idea to start this podcast, I thought it was important to get the client's perspective on their experiences in the salon, what it is that they want, what it is that we can do to improve their experience, because I really feel like understanding the client really can help grow your business if you can offer whatever it is that they need so that their experience can be amazing. And with better experiences in the salon, we can build longevity, we can build relationships, and therefore we can grow our business. So thank you again for joining us. I really do appreciate you for taking this time out. So can you tell me, we're just going to jump right into it. Tell me about an experience that you've had when making an appointment for us to get your hair done or whatever, any kind of service industry. It doesn't really have to be hair. It could be, I don't know, waxing or, facial, but like whatever experience you've had in the service industry, if you can just kind of give us a quick recap of what that was like for you.
Absolutely. I have a really great example. And this example doesn't even include me getting a service. This is even before the service.
Oh, yes.
So, was wanting to consult with someone to, just kind of like briefly have a conversation about my hair and what my, goals were and things like that, because I feel like there was a requirement for this service. And
Yeah.
I had gone on, made the appointment, and I had made it for a very specific time. It was on the weekend, but I had kind of planned my weekend around this appointment. Okay, at this time I have to be in this place. And
Yeah.
the appointment came, and it was a virtual consultation,
Consultation.
mind you. Yes. And the time came and went, and then it was 10 minutes later, and 30 minutes later, and 45 minutes later. Finally, 2 hours later, the person I was supposed to meet with texted me and said, "Hey, you still available?"
Wait a minute.
And
Wait a minute. So, so you had a scheduled time for a virtual consultation. You got on the call and no one showed up, and it was 2 hours before you got contacted for the
yes, it
consultation.
was. Yes, it was. And I was gobsmacked because I'm thinking, I could probably forgive 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Hey, got tied up with a, client, whatever happens, life happens. But two
Yeah.
hours later, I mean, fortunately, it was not like life or death situation.
Yeah.
Because, that would make me feel like, really remorseful if something terrible
For
or
sure.
horrific had happened. But this was just kind of like oh, my bad. Can we talk now? And I was free, but it was the principle of my time not
Absolutely.
being taken seriously. There was no consideration. And I said, no, I'm not available right now.
Yeah.
I had planned my day to have this specific time. I had my energy ready for that time.
Right.
And now 2 hours later, my mind is on to something else.
Right.
I'm, like mentally on to something else.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
I was really disappointed. I never called them back, um, because it just felt like irresponsible and
Yeah.
inconsiderate.
Yeah.
And, especially being new to this service or this person who's providing the service,
Right.
you want to come in and give people the benefit of the doubt. You want to give people the opportunity to show you who they are. And within those 2 hours, I learned that this person may not be as organized. And I'm not going to speak to their character or anything because
No.
I didn't know them personally. But I
Yeah.
know when it came to time management, that might have been something that wasn't considered, and
Yeah.
just not considering my time and saying,
Right.
"Can you do it now?" Because I was excited, and this was going to be something, a new journey for me, and it just did not happen. And I was, like I said, I was left with a really bad taste in my mouth, and
Yeah.
did not want to move forward with them at all.
Right. And I mean, and who can blame you? Because that is such a horrible first impression for anyone. Like, as you mentioned, like, this was not someone that you had already been to. This was somebody new. So the fact that she didn't make your appointment a priority, it really ended up costing her business because, like you said, you were at that point you were like, I'm good. I don't think I want to take this further with this person because you've already shown me who you are, and I haven't even sat in your chair. Like, you could have been a bomb stylist or whatever, but the fact that I already had this experience with you, before I even got to see you, it just kind of really just turned me away from wanting to take it any further. Like, she has lost business. So that is like, I don't understand how people who operate that way stay in business long term, because how can you build a relationship, a clientele, when you can't even respect someone's time, for a consultation? Like, I'm not coming to you to do my hair. That's one thing. People, sometimes clients, I mean, stylists may run behind because of whatever reason, but like, this is a consultation. This is just a conversation, really. At the end of the day, this is you just kind of getting to know each other. It's kind of similar to an interview process. Like, I'm trying to see if I want to, you know, take it further, and you're also trying to interview me too as a client
Yeah,
to see if that's something, because not all clients and stylists kind of mesh, right? So this is an
absolutely.
initial phone conversation, and you can't even take it seriously. So how can I even give you the privilege of servicing me, right? That's
Yeah,
insane to hear. So did
it
she
it was
ever
very surprising.
offer an apology or an explanation?
No, it was more like a, oh, my bad, and you either gonna see me or now or no.
That's insane. Because,
Hmm.
like, especially with new clients, you always want to kind of put your best foot forward. You know what I'm saying? Even though something came up, give you the benefit of the doubt. Like, at least be empathetic enough, or just, a smart
Communicate,
communicate. Like, communicate,
communicate.
right?
If she knew that she wasn't going to be able to see me, I would have been completely understanding. If she said, "Hey, I apologize, it's the 11th hour, but something has come up that I cannot reschedule. Can we reschedule?" And I would have been more than happy to accommodate that because it's the consideration. You know what I mean? When people
Yeah,
take you
for
into
sure.
consideration.
That's a good word. Yeah, consideration, because I think sometimes they don't realize, like, there's a reason why we make appointments, right? Because at that point you can then arrange other things around that appointment. So not everyone is just sitting home twiddling their thumbs and not having anything to do. Like, I made an appointment. If I had more availability, then you would pursue a stylist that just would take walk-ins, and you wouldn't need to schedule anything. But people have busy lives.
Mm.
People are juggling multiple things in their day-to-day lives, and so just, like you said, communicate that with me, because that can go a long way. I try to be mindful of that with clients, because sometimes, an extra, if you're running late, an extra 5 minutes, if you just communicate with the client, they can maybe stop at the gas station. Maybe they were like, oh shoot, I got to get to my appointment, let me hurry up and I'll get my gas afterwards. But if you say to them, hey, I'm running behind 5-10 minutes, then that might give them extra time to stop and get a coffee, or stop and pull
Mhm.
some money out the ATM, or stop and fill up their gas tank, or
Yep.
whatever, make a phone call on the way in the car. I don't know, like something, like just having that open communication really can go a
Mhm.
long way. So outside
Yeah.
of that, what else can you think of, anything else that she could have done maybe to not, make that experience so bad? I mean, yes, communication is also key, but an apology, right? Like, sorry,
Yeah. Yeah.
what can
There
I
was
do?
no apology, honestly. It was like, I don't know, I felt really um just like an afterthought. But I mean, anything else that she could have done differently beyond just communicating with me, like you said, just I'm acknowledging the time. Like, oh, it's been 2 hours. I know this is crazy. Something has come up, and she wouldn't have gone into detail about it because it's none of my business. But
Exactly.
when, it just would have, I don't know, it just would have been better if she showed any kind of care,
Yeah.
or just, because again, I was excited about this. This was me embarking on a new journey with my hair, because I had been a DIY girly unsuccessfully, and I was ready for someone to take the reins with my hair, and it just was kind of like a letdown, like back to square one. I have to find someone. So
Yeah. And I mean,
yeah,
when you're thinking about, like you mentioned, you were a DIY girl, so you've always done your hair. So when you're considering someone else doing your hair, there's a lot of thought that goes into that. And like, you want to make sure that you find the right fit for you.
yep.
And so, you know, you need that, as a stylist, like, you really need to make that client feel comfortable. You want them to
Hmm.
feel secure. You want them to feel like, because, putting your hair in someone else's hands is a big deal for people, right? And so just making them feel comfortable, and making them feel like, you're making the right decision. I'm here for you. I'm here to make you leave the salon and feel beautiful and just want to come back. But like, that experience was just, cut all of that short. Like, no one's gonna want to, if you can't even take the time to just have a conversation initially. Like, how am I supposed to feel good about coming to sit in your chair afterwards? Like, you know what I'm
Even
saying?
if she
What's
would have
that all about?
offered to
So,
call me, if
to
she would have offered
call.
to call,
Oh,
she sent all this through text.
ooh,
So
yeah,
if she would have offered to call and been like, "Hey, can I call you?"
yeah,
I may have been more open, but
yeah,
it was more like,
yeah,
"No, oh,
yeah,
you can't do it now. Oh, well,
yeah. And then I know we're moving in a world with, like, where technology is just moving so fast, and like, sometimes people have their preferences. They prefer to text, and that might be the easiest way for them to communicate. But like, you gotta kind of take each situation like you got to sit down and really think about each situation. In a situation like
mhm,
yours, like, a phone call would have probably been the best way to communicate at that point, because
yeah,
two
I
hours
agree."
2 hours, seriously, like, that's not cool. So, like, do you think So do you think like um would you pay more for a better experience in the salon? Like, you know, sometimes, clients, not clients, stylists have their prices ranges from this high to this low, like whatever, like, but like sometimes you get what you pay for, right? So like, would
Mhm.
you consider paying more for a better experience in the salon industry? And why? I need
I
to know why.
absolutely, I absolutely would, simply because, like you said, you're getting what you pay for. And if I'm going for a full experience, getting my hair washed and I mean anybody who's been in a salon chair knows that it's way more than your hair. It's the connection, it's the conversation, it's the you know, it's the encouragement. I think all of that encapsulated in having like a really good experience, um, it makes you want to pay more. It makes you want to tip more because
Yeah,
you're like, okay, this person has not only given me what I expected, but they exceeded my expectations.
yeah,
I got way more than what I thought I was going to get, and I'm willing to give more. I'm
yeah,
willing to make this an investment because that's
yeah,
what it is. It's investment. And
yeah,
I mean, like, if somebody was investing in stocks, they wouldn't invest in some like crappy,
right,
um,
yeah,
shabby experience. They'd be like, no, I want like top notch. I'm gonna invest in that. I'm investing in this person
mm-hmm.
by being their client and being a repeat client coming back. It's an investment. I think it may be an investment both ways,
Yes, I agree.
because the respect has to go both ways. So just like this that person didn't call me back for 2 hours, that would still not be acceptable if I, the client, showed
Exactly.
up 2 hours late, because as a stylist you'd be like, you're gonna have to schedule for the next time I'm available because I have clients all day and those appointments are set.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I agree. I agree. And like you said, you're investing your time, you're investing your money, you're investing the relationship, you're investing into the relationship because that's really what it is. When you think about it, it's not just about that one transaction that day. If you're
Mhm.
looking to grow your business and this is what you say you want to do long term, like it's investing in that relationship. So that is a terrible way to start a relationship. So if you were dating somebody and your first date, you go sit at the restaurant and they show up 2 hours later, like that's all you need to know about that person. Like, peace out, I'm out of here. Like, I'm good because you don't have the respect to call me, to show up on time. Just simply show up on time. So why
Mhm.
should I put any more of my time into this? Like, I totally
Exactly.
100% agree with you. So can you think of a good experience that you've had in the salon and just kind of just tell that story so we can kind of compare. I mean, it's going to be apples and oranges because that is just the extreme. Seriously, I don't know how this person is in business, but maybe that was a one off. I don't know. But that's just not the right start for a new person, right? So, like, can you think of a good experience that you've had in the salon?
Yeah. So when I started my lock journey, my very first appointment, I was excited. I was nervous. It was not just a new experience, but a new person. Um, Even before everything started, this stylist, first of all, I was on time. Everything started on time. I was on time. She was ready. And even before things got started, there was a conversation. And I really appreciated the time that she took to, talk about my hair and tell me about my hair and educate me. Because I
Yeah.
think a lot of times when we consumers are going to a hairstylist, it can be easy to disconnect ourselves from this hair. and just be
Yeah.
like, oh, that's their job to take care of it. I'm just here. But it was, I felt way more connected to my hair, even at the beginning of that appointment, because it was like, okay, so your hair is this texture, and and I was asking questions like, how are my locks gonna look, and and they were just kind of like not filling me with dreams or anything. It's just kind of like, this is a journey that you're taking. And with
Yeah.
any journey, you have to enjoy the journey itself. There is no destination. Even if you have a length goal or whatever the case is, which I don't or never did. But
Yeah.
it was just kind of like, hey, this is a journey of you learning to love yourself, and whatever your hair looks like, that's part of you. And
Yeah.
that's something I had never considered before. I never heard that before. So I was really appreciative. And then just with the gentleness that she approached the whole process with me, um, it just made me want to keep going back. I
Hmm.
mean, she could have said, "Oh, that'll be $500," and I probably would have been like choking, but would have been like,
There you
here.
go. Right.
It was a great experience, and I don't know, it was just the kind, compassionate nature that
Yeah.
she approached the whole from start to finish.
Yeah.
Because even afterwards, I was just like, oh, it's time for me to go. I didn't want to
Right.
sit out the chair. So yeah, it was
Yeah.
just overall a great experience because I was able to connect to the humanity of
Yeah.
the stylist and not just, oh, this is a person I'm paying to do something.
That's
Because, that is, that's the nature of consumerism. But when you have something that is a a care driven service, it's going to be way more than just this transaction. I give you money to do my hair. It's going to be, I spend this time with you. I'm making this investment. We're investing in each other. We're creating a relationship of respect and consideration, and just common decency.
hmm
So yeah, I that I that from that first, I was like, okay, yep, this is my new, and I hadn't had a stylist in probably almost a decade before that time,
Wow.
because there was
Yeah.
so much, for me, I had so much contention with stylists, with waiting waiting way past my appointment time, sitting in
hmm
the chair, sitting under the dryer for whatever amount of time. My hair been dry. It's been dry,
Right.
and they doing like two more heads, and I'm still under the dryer, and I'm like burnt to a crisp over there, and they're like, and I do get, it's money. You're making money, but you don't
Yeah.
forget the people. The people
Right.
are who bring the money.
I
So don't forget
know.
the people.
I know. I mean, that is such a powerful line, like not forgetting the people, because like it's yes, we all need to make money, right? But like if you focus on the service and the people, like it's just automatic that the money's gonna follow. So
Mhm.
like putting that first ahead of anything else, and just keeping in the back of your mind, like you are here to serve people. You are here to serve people. Like saying that every day, I am here to serve people, and like really meaning it and doing it. I think all of the other things will just kind of fall into place. So what I hear you say is just like really just taking the time to connect with people on their level, whatever it is that they or what their needs are at the time, and just like honing your appointment and experience around that person. Then the relationship will just automatically form, and then that's what you really want. You want to build that foundation with your clients, and really just taking the time to like just pour into them, and just give them what it is that they need in the moment, because everyone's different. Like every client that sits in our chairs are going to be different. They're going to have different needs. They're going to have different wants, and so like really kind of catering or curating that appointment for that person.
Mhm.
Excuse me. And just being, you know, just focusing on just bringing that experience, just whatever it is that person needs, bring that experience to life and just helping them to kind of navigate through that appointment. Like, because you can't just treat it like a, one all kind of come one all. Like, that's not
Yes.
how it is, because everyone's different. Everyone's personality is different. They're coming from different walks of life. I always used to joke and say, like, I would, like, it's even down to like the music that people listen to in your salon. Like, I would change my music choice depending on who was in my chair. But for the most part, I think I play music that most people like, but just keeping that into consideration, like being
Yeah.
respectful. So if I had like I always use this example. If I had like a 65-year-old grandma that came into the chair and I knew she was into the church and all this and that, because you kind of can tell when people come in, like what,
Yeah.
what they're, so I wouldn't just put on, Drake and Rihanna raw version, and I'm over here dropping all kind of cuss words. And this person, you can feel people's spirit, right? You can feel their energy. You can feel their vibe. You can kind of tell if this is something that makes them uncomfortable. So, like, again, focusing on the client, like making sure that client is having a good experience and then they're comfortable. And they're not, like just thinking in their head, like, oh God, this is so just, I feel just so like violated. What's happening right
Yeah.
now? just,
Yeah.
just like
Because
really, what was that?
no, just say, like you said, you're curating an experience. And I just had a thought. Um, some people, this is their only time they get to pour into themselves. So
Right.
why not make it an experience that's joyful, that they can enjoy, that's relaxing, that's
Yeah.
nurturing. And I mean, I just commend stylists because it's not just you're not just like an architect of hair follicles. You're
Yeah.
more like this orchestrator of like personal care and taking care of yourself and having peace during that process. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree for sure. I agree. I love talking about this stuff, as you can tell. So like I felt the need to want to start this conversation through this podcast because I saw that the client experience, customer service experience was just going in a direction that just wasn't good. People, stylists are starting to make it seem as if they're doing you a favor as the client, and it's really the opposite, because it's a privilege for people to come to you. Stylists are a dime a dozen, but like, what makes you stand out from the rest? Like, what makes you different? What makes people want to come back to you? What makes your business grow? And ultimately, that's how you create longevity, is just you know through clients and client relationships. It really comes
Mhm.
down to building your relationships with people. So I do appreciate you, Heather, for stopping in and having this conversation. I think it's necessary for us to talk about this stuff, to kind of, just reiterate what people are looking for, what clients need to,
Mhm.
what stylists need to grow their business, and hearing directly from the horse's mouth from the client, like, that is key, to include clients into the conversation. So I really do appreciate you taking this time. I hope this conversation can help shed light on what it is that we need to do in our industry to kind of better service our clients, and then ultimately grow our pockets, because really that's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, thank you for having me and allowing my voice to be heard. Um, it's
I
great.
appreciate you, of course, anytime. And until next time, please take care. I will talk to you soon, and be good, be true, be. I'm Melanie, signing off from the Salon Social Podcast. Peace out.